Hello, we're a group of students from Christopher Columbus High School in Miami, Florida, and today we'd like to share with you our message to Congress that states, Congress needs to get our nations back to balanced budget. This can be done by reducing spending on certain military programs, which would reduce our national debt and save our country billions of dollars annually.
Today in our nation, our government is spending more money on its Department of Defense than in any other area. Although we are proponents of having a strong military, we believe that the country can save hundreds of billions of dollars a year simply by implementing a new strategy of restraint and reduced intervention when dealing with countries abroad who may be in need of assistance. We understand that as a world superpower, it is our responsibility to help those countries who may be in need, and we are proponents of that also, but our leaders need to understand and maybe take a more cautious approach when entering a country and simply take into account all the money that is being spent every time we enter a country using our military.
We do have an unbalanced budget and a fairly large deficit, and I feel like if we are able to cut spending, we'll be able to balance out that budget.
I think people would be surprised at what a small percentage military spending is for the world's greatest superpower. I think we're only at about 15% of our budget, so I don't think we can decrease military spending because we have so many responsibilities and obligations around the world. You know, I'm also in favor of social programs, and I don't think we can cut there. So obviously, if you don't want to cut, and you want to balance a budget, there's only one thing to do, and that's restructure the tax system. So if you want a good military, which I do, we want to take care of our own people, which I do, the only solution is to, revitalize the tax system.
I believe that some military expenditures should be cut, but I think more money should be given to the military to help those soldiers who come back from warfare and are injured or hurt, or their families are destroyed, or whatever. So military expenditures is a big area that really needs to be viewed, not just, we're going to start another war, but what about the people that are injured in war? What about their families? What about their parents, when they come back? And of course I think that we shouldn't have war anyway. We should all love each other and have peace. I think Congress has to be very careful not to hurt the poor. The poor people of the United States is a sin that so many children go to bed hungry at night, that so many children don't get a good education, that so many children are put in jail without parole. All that stuff I think is very important. And I think some of the selfish Congress people, whether they're senators or congressmen, really have to focus on helping the children of the United States and not making them suffer. So if I had a message, is stop being selfish about the money and help the poor and the children of the United States. That's my goal.
During World War II, man, woman, young, old, rich, poor, everyone in this nation pulled together to bring our country through a difficult time. It was a bipartisan effort for sure. And after the war, we cut spending, and we were a nation that went to work. But I ask my colleagues today, as we continue to increase our spending and run up our debt, what is the limit? At what point do you finally say, it's dangerous? It's dangerous for the future of America. Is there a limit? We can't keep going in this direction. No one in this body wants America to default. That's not good for this country. But we need to be serious about what we plan for the future of this country.
People in the States are paying $10.45 million every hour for the cost of the war in Afghanistan since 2001. Let me repeat that. Taxpayers in the United States are paying $10.45 million every hour for the cost of the war in Afghanistan since 2001. This is unacceptable, especially at a time when this national debt is an astounding $17 trillion, and we have been forced to make deep budget cuts in the United States. Just this past weekend, tornado